In my opinion, comrades, the UPND reign has not shifted so much from the PF reign in terms of the civic space and human rights in particular, in the sense that, first of all, we still have the Public Order Act. The law is still there, and for President HH coming from a place where he was on the wrong side of the Public Order Act, we expected that he was going to Kwenyu that one, but it's still here with us. Then also you've seen that in as much as there's claims of freedom of expression, it's quite difficult for people in the civic space to really, truly express themselves without getting, vindicated, without getting victimized, rather. So you've seen that political parties, for example, it's the UPND is the only party that is free to operate and do their activities away from the election time or campaign period. So that is also a source of concern. And from a personal experience, I can tell you, comrade, that the manner in which the police is siding with the ruling party all the time has still continued. We've seen police officers or police command, issuing certain warnings, say, to political parties to say, you will not, do your activities. This tells you, that the police is still an ornament of a party that is in power. And that is, a precedence that has been set, right from UNIP, and now we are in UPND and the story is still the same. So for me, I wouldn't rate, the reign of the UPND as a positive one in terms of human rights. Yes, they've gotten rid of a couple of laws, defamation of the president and death sentence, but we have now the cyber crimes, So if you've noticed the trend, all these governments that have been there have created laws that have sort of suited themselves. MMD, for example, after Kaunda left, they brought the parentage clause, just to fight KK. Come the other governments, for example, MMD again, they brought in a law, the motor vehicle theft bill, if you remember that law, that was targeted at an individual. And now we have UPND who are seemingly creating, these cyber crime laws and cyber security laws to sort of scrutinize the masses. So instead of really social media and things like that being free spaces for expression, they will now become spaces where authorities will begin to scrutinize the citizens. If you look at the laws in which they are structured, these cyber laws, they give so much power to the authorities such that, it's going to be very difficult for citizens, for civil society, to really express themselves freely. So my opinion is that we need to strengthen institutions, public institutions, make them more independent. As it is, the president has too much powers. The Zambian presidency has so much powers such that, bodies like the Human Rights Commission, Anti-Corruption Commission, the judiciary, they are all controlled by the executive. So there is no separation of powers. So it's important that we begin to go back to the basic civics, separation of powers. Let's reduce some of the president's powers. It doesn't make him a lesser man. It simply, makes the playing field a bit even, such that We need to see institutions that are free, that have the autonomy to operate without the political heavy-handedness of the government that is in power.